It's pretty safe to say when it comes to compact consumer crossovers, the Toyota RAV4 is one of, if not the most popular, when it comes not only to reliability, but just overall customer satisfaction. Not only can you get the RAV4 as a hybrid, but they introduced the plug-in hybrid, originally known as the Prime, now just a regular plug-in hybrid, several years ago. This all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4 plug-in hybrid sports the GR treatment, giving you a much sportier design at this trim level. Today's first drive is going over this new vehicle. We're going to be talking about the inside, the outside, and a little bit about how it drives as I take it on first drive here, and giving you my first impressions of this next generation Toyota RAV4 to see if it lives up to its predecessors and if it's a vehicle you should be considering. Let's hit the road. All right, we're on the road now in the RAV4 plug-in hybrid. Can't think of the last time I was in a RAV4, if I've even done one, but we have covered it here on test drive. And the thing is, the RAV4 is a very popular vehicle, right? Toyota, obviously one of the biggest auto manufacturers in the world, known for reliability, but also quality products. The RAV4 has been really a staple for their product lineup for years now. When they added the hybrid, it was really the first one in the segment, and then having the plug-in hybrid, known originally as the Prime, was a very popular option as well. So this plug-in hybrid here continues that trend. They've dropped the Prime name. I don't know if that's because Amazon Prime? Couldn't tell you. But this is an all new generation. Inside and out looks completely different, and it really gives me Forerunner vibes here, right? I had just driven the Forerunner here in Orangeville at Ajax Test Fest. We've been doing this for the last, second day here of 3, but every year we put on this event for auto journalists who are members of Ajax to come out and be able to drive vehicles back to back, not only for the Canadian Car of the Year Awards, so that we can get a good idea of what's on the market, but it gives me an opportunity to drive some new vehicles like this. This is a premiere here for the plug-in hybrid RAV4, so we're getting our first taste of it. Means I don't have a ton of time with it. I spend most of my time filming the B-roll, which I hope you appreciate it. I have to clean a little bit of the car because part of what we've been doing here at Test Fest is having a bit of an off-road area, and everybody has taken every vehicle off-road. So they're pretty gross. So I was able to clean it up a little bit. But I hope it gives you a good idea of what this vehicle looks like, because not only is this a new generation, so the RAV4 in general looks different than the previous, but because we also have this GR version, we're getting the sportier exterior looks to it. It makes it look a whole lot different too, and I'm digging it. You got a big spoiler at the back, massive front grille. You can't miss it in this red paint, and then GR badges throughout. I'm digging it. Toyota's going all in, right? They have full GR models like the GR Supra, the GR Corolla, the GR86. They've got a few of them. And then now we're starting to see these GR appearance vehicles, giving you the look of it without necessarily having a full performance vehicle. But still, let's talk a little bit about the interior here. Again, very much in line with the new RAV4. This is running the latest, newest version of the Toyota infotainment system. First impressions, I can't tell you much about it because you have to scan a QR code in order to use the maps, and then I haven't synced my phone or anything, but it's pretty responsive playing around with it. So we actually really liked the current generation of Toyota infotainment system, so I just imagine that this is better, right? It takes it up a notch. It's a nice screen. You do lose some physical buttons. We do have a couple temperature controls here just below, things like your actual temperature and then volume and defrost, but everything else now is going to be inside the screen. We do have a couple drive modes as well. So we've got Eco, Sport. Let's try it. Ooh, you know what? Not bad at all. We were driving a couple of the other hybrids earlier. It wasn't really very fun. That's actually pretty good. Custom, we'll keep it in Eco mode. And then we also have the button to be able to switch into EV mode. Now, we don't really have any battery range on this. It's been driven by 10 different people today so far, so the range is pretty much non-existent, so I can't tell you what the real world numbers are. But again, when it comes to these plug-in hybrids, as the technology advances, you're getting a little bit better range, but it's efficiency that's really key. So something like this, right, and it's why I talk about it so much here on Test Drive, hybrids in general are really the future. And then a plug-in hybrid like this could be key for people that have the ability to charge at home and want to get just a little bit more out of their energy efficiency when it comes to their vehicles. I don't have a level 2 charger installed because we just moved. But if I were to buy a plug-in hybrid like this, it gives me the best of both worlds. I don't do a lot of driving. During the day, it might be like 20 kilometers or so at the most. So having any range within that that's fully electric, I could be doing that all the time. So any of these plugins have been a key, decision maker for me if I were to buy a new vehicle. So I like that Toyota offers it. Toyota has some of the best hybrids on the market. They have one of the widest selections of hybridized vehicles, electrified vehicles on the market. They're adding more to it, and they could add more to it too if they wanted to. It just depends on whether or not it's worthwhile for them. But I'm glad that this vehicle exists. So far, as I've been driving around here, it's smooth, it's quiet. I know it's hard for you to tell because I've been talking the whole time, but it is pretty quiet. And I'd have to say that the space on this is pretty good. The compact crossover market is so important for brands. I mean, everybody's got at least one vehicle in this segment. Some of them have two, some of them have more, right? Because it is so important. This really is the new family vehicle for people. Gone are sedans. People aren't buying things like the Camry anymore. They're buying things like this RAV4. So you have to make it work for families. It's got to be comfortable. It's got to be spacious. It's got to be efficient. And so far, I'm getting all of those vibes from this. It's pretty nice. I mean, a lot of plastic. Don't get me wrong, right? But they're high quality materials, at least. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like you're getting a quality product here. Everything's put together pretty well. So this, I can guarantee you, is going to be just as popular as the current generation one. And I think that there's going to be people that are going to be buying this GR version because it looks pretty cool. Maybe it's not going to be the top seller, but I don't think it's because it's ugly. I think it's actually pretty good looking. I think that people will probably gravitate more towards more of like an XLE, more of the luxury oriented look to it rather than this very much sport oriented model. But I think it looks pretty cool personally. I do like it in the red. If they got a blue though, a blue like they did on the previous generation with these black accents throughout, I think that would look pretty good overall. I took a look at the back seats too. Some good space back there. Trunk space is also pretty good. I don't necessarily have B-roll for all of that just because my time has been pretty limited with this vehicle. I wanted to spend as much time talking about it as I could so that we could go over some of the key features, and then we will, once this vehicle is available on the press fleet, either James or Victor will pick it up and they will tell you all about it. But so far I'm enjoying it. I think that the regular hybrid version would be just as good, but for me the plug-in's the way to go. You spend a little bit more on the upfront cost, but then you're going to be saving more by not using the gas engine as much. You're going to be using your electricity, and if you're charging at home, if you have good charging rates, it's going to be just a no-brainer in terms of overall cost efficiency. So pretty good stuff there. So while we don't have this for very long, we do plan on having it again down the road. So if you have any questions when it comes to this new generation Toyota RAV4, please, you gotta get into the comments. Let us know what you want to know about this vehicle so that when we have it again down the road, we can let you know. We can answer those questions for you because maybe I'll be able to answer them in the comments, but if it's something that I wasn't aware of beforehand and you've asked it, then we will have to do it in a subsequent video. And we'll have more time with the car as well. So let us know what you want to know about this vehicle. We also invite you to subscribe to the channel. Folks, I know how many of you are subscribed. It's like 5%. We want to see more of that. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that subscribe button. You'll see more content from us. We've got a bunch of stuff going on here on Test Drive. The three of us are working hard to provide more content, and we're always looking for your feedback too. So if you have any thoughts about what we can do, could be doing better, or anything else, let us know. But we really want you to be subscribed to us. We appreciate you watching. Until next time, take care. All right, we're on the road now. Whew. Whew.